Welcome back to another Talk Truth live series. I'm your host, Shanique Davis. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. I appreciate your support. Thank you to the viewers who participate. Thank you to the silent viewers. I still appreciate you, and I love it when you're here. You are who makes the show what it is. So we're going to get into tonight's show. As you can see, we're going to be talking tonight about Trials and Tribulations, how I made it, with author Veronica Gonzalez. So before we get into that, I just want to say welcome again. Please remember to like and share the video, tag a friend, leave a comment so I can give you a shout out when we're doing roll calls, and just say hi, don't be shy, so we can know that you are here. We also have a YouTube channel for persons who do not have a Facebook account. Please lead your family and friends over there so they can enjoy the show. And stay tuned. We're going to have a very riveting show. We have a riveting show planned for you tonight, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So for those who do not know me, my name is Shanique Davis. I am the author of the book entitled Breaking Your Barriers, Change Unhealthy Life Cycles and Unravel the True You. And the message in that book, its simplest form, is for anyone to be successful, you must address the inconsistencies of your inner man. And I encourage you to let the load off, let go of the hurt, the regrets, the past failures, procrastination, everything that would keep your life in a stagnant position, that you won't grow, you won't have fruitfulness, you won't have any kind of fulfillment. That's my encouragement to you, and my book is available on Amazon. Paperback is $15.99 and the ebook is $7.99. It's also here in Jamaica at York Pharmacy, and the cost is only $2,500. Yay! All right, so we're gonna get into the show. Welcome again. We are going to kick things off, of course, with a brief word of prayer. We have to give the Lord thanks, and we have to acknowledge his presence where we are. So let us pray. Father in heaven, we glorify you, we honor you, we lift up your mighty and matchless name. There is none other like you, God. You are always God, and you will never cease to be God. We thank you for your daughter who has come a mighty long way. And so, God, we trust that her testimony will be such a blessing to others, that even, God Almighty, you'll be glorified. I pray that chains will be loosed. I pray that captives will be set free. I pray, God, as she opens up her mouth tonight, your spirit will grace her with words, and that her words will be sweet with your anointing. I pray that, God, you'll purify us and let your glory be made known, even in her testimony, even in my life, in the lives of the viewers. God, we thank you for these and other mercies in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So for those who are just joining, we'll be speaking to a very special guest tonight. I need to dub this night Testimony Tuesday, because this is a powerful testimony and you cannot miss it. So bring everybody over here, because this is going to need crowd. All right. So our guest tonight is Veronica Gonzalez, and she is the author of 30 written publications. Listen, this is no normal stuff, okay? One of her books is entitled Trials and Tribulations, and it's an autobiography by Vero G, right? And in it she shares her testimony and the ordeals that she has encountered in the past. And this means that she's sharing a testimony from being a victim of domestic violence and abuse, rape, being in the foster care system, homelessness, early pregnancy, and so much more. She also wants the world to know that they can overcome anything. You hear that, people? Anything at all, right? And her message is simply this: whatever you experience in life, it should not stop you from becoming who you aspire to be. Be a role model to someone. Continue to be an inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Veronica Gonzalez. Hi, Veronica.
Hello, my love. Thank you so much. I want to cry. Oh my God. Uh,
It's
it was my favorite for having it.
really great to see you. You can hear me, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. So we're gonna kick things off by, just tell us a little bit more about yourself. Maybe we missed something, you know. Do you have a favorite color or something you want to tell us about, a favorite, so we can get started.
Definitely, definitely. So as you know, guys, I'm a poet, author. I do a little bit of everything. But I don't have time off sometimes. But I'm an actor as well, artist, a singer. I do a little bit here and there. I like to like sometimes we have to like always multitask and be diverse and really generous and just keep the whole 110% overall. But besides that, I'm also a mom. I think so besides being an entrepreneur, I have to be an author supporting things and also blending my work into my mission, which I'm looking for. Giving back to the community. That's a blessing me to do that because giving back is going to be double when you get back in the That's
Thank you. Just a second, Veronica. I'm having a little difficulty hearing you.
oh, okay.
All right. Is this any better now?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I'm getting a little feedback. I'm not sure if you're using an external microphone.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's open. Mhm.
Barely. I can barely hear you. Can you speak without the microphone?
Yeah,
Okay. Much better. All right.
awesome. No problem, no problem. Okay, so should I say the whole thing again or
All right. So we missed a lot of what you said. So
okay.
just give us that in a nutshell and then we can get into the story.
Sure, not a problem. Okay, so overall, I'm a mom first and foremost. I'm an entrepreneur, actress, singer, writer, poet. The whole list goes on. And I try to keep myself busy. To keep my mission, what is the point, what I'm doing now. And like I said, my main big thing before anything, first and foremost, is giving back to the community. And like you mentioned before, same as what you do, is just giving back. And when you give back, it's a great feeling, and you get back in return double. And I just feel like that's definitely needed now with these times, with the COVID, and people are really down and out. We need just to uplift each other and help each other, one of us out, in that sense.
All right. And were you always this kind of person, always giving back and doing all this extracurricular activity that really inspires others?
Actually, that been instilled in me since a very young age. I will say around I will say like around after 9 years old or so. My particularly my father, he always taught me, you have to be kind to people because in this world, as crazy as it is, being kind doesn't hurt anybody. And from that point on, he showed me that, being a giving person and giving things to, even though people kind of got to be careful with that. But overall, I feel like, by learning that from him, it grew into me, into who I am today as a person. That's
Cool, cool. We're getting there, guys. All right. So I'm seeing a lot of bubbliness and joy and, so much fulfillment. You don't look like anybody who's been through any trials and tribulations. And that's what I want to ask you. What
yes.
kind of trials and tribulations have you gone through?
Oof. Wow. Okay, so you touched base on some of the things, but I'll get more into what you mentioned. Basically, what I gone through as like I said, I'm a victim, but now I call myself a survivor of domestic violence. Also being a rape victim, being pregnant and homeless, being a foster care system for a good amount of years, I think a year and change or so. And just other things I had went through, and it's like, just have to mention it here in the book. Actually, I have the book on me right now. The book itself, yeah, Trials and Tribulations and Autobiography Vero G. That's my artist name right there. You guys, it's really inspirational. It's something that I will tell you right now, speaking to you guys and to the viewers here. It's worth getting it because it talks about every single thing I mentioned here to you guys. If you want me to get more into detail of each thing I went to, or if you want, you just let me know and I could guide you guys with that if you would like to know more about that.
All right. So for those who don't know, of course, trials and tribulation is basically something that comes to test someone's patience, strength, ride every nerve in your body, right? Your endurance. Listen, this is a test for every part of your life, and it sometimes it can feel so burdensome. It can make somebody miserable. Tell us about like what was a regular day in the life of Vero G, with trial and tribulation.
Okay. Overall, I would say a day in life before what I am now, but prior to that situation, I was going through those things. I was a type of person where I was very closed off to other people. Going through the orgies I went through, it kind of gave me. I mentioned this before that the wounds are still there, the scars are still there, and they're not going to go away in due time. It's going to take for me particularly a long healing process through all the things I went through. I feel through my creativity as being an artist and music and so forth, it's my kind of therapy to like express how I feel. But personally, for my own self being, I feel like down the line, I definitely need my own kind of healing down for myself so I could feel at whole, as I say, for that moment. But overall, I mean, going through that time, those things, it's been hard. It's been a hardship. Every day I just take as a blessing, and what really helped me overcome all these ordeals, I will say, is the faith in the Lord. I'm a very spiritual person. I feel like even though, like I always say, God always says, but He'll throw you something to see if you have the faith in Him. And I went through so much, and with that time frame, I feel like it made me but a better, a stronger person through all those things.
All right, and tell us about when did the trial and tribulation start? Because I don't think anybody would say that they were born in trial and tribulation, like the day you peek out of your mother's womb. Trouble, right? Trouble not just
Yeah.
set in like that. You get me? I know sometimes it's a bit sudden, but when did this all start?
Wow. I could start from wow many years ago. I how can I explain it? Down the line, I have entered into the foster care system through things that happen in life, and down the line, from that point on, I would say it kind of gave me to that path to see life in another light, as I say. Going through that kind of hardship, removed from my parents' home to a stranger's home, which I don't know, and had to go through other things as well. Being a teenager as well. I think it was so many things happening at that time, and I felt like from that was like the first trials and tribulations at my lifespan in that situation. And then I will say down the line when I met someone in my past. Down the line, he was my abuser, as I say, and he also I was also homeless and pregnant with him during that time frame. It was a lot I had to emotionally deal with, verbally and physically, and it was a tough role, a very tough role.
All right, tell us about being in the foster care system. What was that like for you?
At first it was very scary because I never went through that ordeal before. It's just kind of like the experience, kind of meeting people that will kind of take care of you, and you had to like be like a basketball, as they say, you being passed around, and nothing was stable, and people kind of tell you things, and you feel kind of judgmental as it is when you go to school and you go home and you're like, this is not my family. They just there to basically take care of me while I'm going through the process, the courts, and with family issues and so forth and on. I just felt like it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with at the time. I was a teenager at the time, so I was going through my own stuff. I was like, okay, I need stability. I need to figure out how to get myself together, and it was a tough, very tough experience overall. Because I guess I had to do a lot of things, but overall, I felt like going through this, it made me a better person and stronger person too with that situation.
Yeah, and what was the toughest part about being in an orphanage?
I would say at times, for me particularly, I felt like nobody really loved me. Like I mean, I had family that was fighting for me, but it was just that at that point, going through all these things in school and things, that situation with that, I felt like for me, I felt like I wasn't being valued or being loved the way I felt I should have. For me particularly with that situation.
All right, so this kind of reminds me of this movie that I used to love watching when I was a child. My sister and I, we would love to sit and watch cassettes, because we had, what was it, cassette player, VCR, something like that. And we used to watch this movie called Annie, and it was this young girl who was in the orphanage, and what was it, Mr. Warbucks or something like that, and they would sing around in the orphanage, Miss, I can't remember, Hennigan, something like that. She trouble them, she give them hard labor, she slapped them, she was just the worst nanny ever. And they used to sing about it's a hard knock life. Like what was it, literally a hard knock life for you at that time? Did you like get the little mini toothbrushes to scrub the toilets and mop all the floors? Is it the same thing as in the movies, or the movies kind of
Um,
extra?
it wasn't to that extent. In my experience, particularly, I was, thank God I was in a good home, a foster parent. I had, it was good. It wasn't that bad. In my experience, no. I just had to behave and go to school basically and do what I had to do. You know.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, so we're moving on to the next trial and tribulation. So we're past the orphanage. What about the out of the homelessness and the pregnancy? Which one came first?
Wow. I will say first the homelessness, and then eventually it transitioned after being with that person for a while, being pregnant, and it was so overwhelming because first time being a mom, you want to be at your home, want to be relaxed, not running to a person's house, a different people's homes every day just to have a roof for your head. When I was homeless, I was sleeping in the floors. It was really bad. I mean, I was at crackheads' houses. I mean, it was really, the experience could go on and on and on. I seen where, not for nothing, when I was pregnant, I saw a situation where I was in the street with my at that time with my abuser, and I saw where there was a gun shootout right a block away from where I was at, and I said I couldn't, and it was really bad. I mean, I could go on from what I went through sleeping at park benches pregnant and even hanging out the ER room just to get some sleep. And at the time my belly was growing and I needed to eat, meals, which was hard because, at that time it was like you have to find a place to stay or get something to eat for the day. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
And how did you manage during that time? What kind of help did you get, or did you get any help?
Yes, I did get some help from my family, time to time. I did get some additional government help that will help me for the time being just to get some food and stuff like that. As for shelter, I mean, it was very limited, with the situation I was going through at that time. And I just felt like, the little times we did get shelter, I valued it because it was like people are at least even kind enough to let me sleep in their floors or their couches for the night until the next following day to see how to manage, to get by.
All right. And how did the abuse start in between all of this? When did you even have time to start getting abused?
Wow. This started around, I would say, when it was like, it's hard to explain it. When I started getting involved with the person more and more, and we started basically living with each other and with the situation being homeless. It was around that time frame where first, you know how it is. First, they show you one side, they're sweet, they're cool, everything's fine, no signs. Down the line, eventually they started showing me a different side of that person and started being nasty to me verbally. Then it started from that point on emotionally. And they will say different nasty things to me. I won't repeat that here, but just nasty things to make you feel bad about yourself. And then it started getting to the physical part. And then it was where I was one time. I don't forget this example. I was like 7 months pregnant, and we was trying to stay at the emergency room for the night just to get some rest. And my abuser at the time basically had a altercation, and I was leaving, walking down the street to go towards the emergency room. Eventually, what happened was it got to a point where he kind of pulled me a little bit and slapped me around. And luckily, there was a cop car right in the corner. And the cops stopped him, and they was like, they got added, and he got heated with them, and they arrested him. But it got points where even when I was pregnant, I was getting attacked. So it was so much things happening, and I felt like I said at that time, even though I had family to support me, but I felt like there was more. I needed more of that support to not even go through half the things I went through with that individual. Overall with that situation.
All right, trials and tribulations. Lord, like I can't even imagine how some persons would pull through having gone through homelessness and maybe a few sleepless nights, going hungry a couple evenings or something like that. A lot of these people probably attempt suicide or take some drugs. What did you use to cope during this time of hardship?
Oh wow, that's a good question. Honestly, I think just music. Music's always been a part of my life. Even before all those things had happened, and I feel like sometimes it kind of gave me escape to reality sometimes. So when I put my headphones on, hear music, I tune out what's happening in reality, and it kind of get me going during the day to just keep moving on. You know, down the line, I wasn't really like more spiritual now than I was back then, and then going through these things, it kind of helped me to find that way, to where I am at now, and just keep working and keep finding, focusing me, stay positive, and try to find a way out the situation at that time where I was at, and stay positive because and you're right. I mean, anybody who ever got on through any of the things I mentioned, they either would have killed themselves or just say, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, quite so, quite so. I mentioned when I read your bio that you are a victor or an overcomer. You were a victim of rape. Tell us about that.
Yes. So how can I say it? This happened many, many years ago before I got with my son's father. It was I don't want to get into it, but it was basically someone I knew, and I thought I trusted him. And down the line, I don't at the time I didn't drink. I was not a drink at all, and they started giving me drinks here and there, and one thing led to another where I was kind of conscious but not conscious. And all of a sudden, I saw that individual on top of me, and I kind of felt a little bit like what's going on. And then the following day, something just told me something wasn't right. And when your body is you've been violated, basically, you feel something's not right. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. So basically, ever since that situation, I felt like I wasn't myself, and I did went through proceedings and stuff. um the person is still, unfortunately, is still out there, but I did get things legally taken care of that matter. And then down the line, later on in life, I had an encounter with somebody else who, again, I trusted. I actually was going to show me an apartment in around years ago where I used to live at back then before that time. I went with them in the apartment. They closed the door. Oh yeah, this and that. Just check this out. I hook you up, no problem. And last thing unexpected was he was basically doing his business on me, and I was shocked because it was somebody I trusted. So, you know, going through these things is like your barriers are up, your gate, they call it the walls up, and it's like, what more can you take? So it's been a long journey. You know.
I can definitely say that it must have been a really long and rough journey having to go through that at such a young age, feeling betrayed by those that you trusted. And I said trusted because even as women, we would expect that these men who say that they love us would have our best interest at heart. They would try to protect us no matter what, and they are the ones, yet they are the ones inflicting so much harm. So since then, like, how have you been able to recover from this kind of trial?
Um, Down the line, I had to. At that time, I was writing in a journal, and I felt like it helped me. It helped me a lot, just to write anything I felt at the moment, just to write, just to write, just to write. And it had a lot. I have even then, now talking about it, even in the past, I had aggression. Even now talking about it, just going back at that time, I still have that aggression because, it's like, someone takes something that's yours, that's, you get to somebody like you mentioned, you love, and somebody who takes it from away from you, that's a piece of you that they have, no matter what. So it is, like I said, main thing for me is music, is my therapy. I That's my main thing, and also just writing down my journal, and it helped me a lot to overcome these things I had gone through.
And how are you able to like extract all of this anger, maybe some resentment out of your experience?
Um, I would say at that time I was a little more. I guess I was more into myself, but down the line I just started writing and writing. It just helped me cope through all the things I have gone through, and I feel like overall going through the ordeals, I feel like when I look back at my material, the things I written in my diary or anything that I write, it kind of opened my eyes a little bit and realized, wow, this is, this is like a different side of me. Like, wow, this is me, but revealing the things, that the hurt, the pain, and I feel like anybody who's watching now or listening or just watching, I just want you guys to know, it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself if you've been attacked or anything. Please don't, because I felt that way. I'll be honest with you, Miss Davis. I felt that way for many years, and I always blame myself for things that I was attacked and in different ways. And I feel like, why I'm being attacked? I done nothing wrong with being a kind-hearted person, you know.
And that baby you said you got pregnant, was it by your abuser or the person who raped you?
That was by my abuser.
All right. So what about the sleepless nights though? Do you still have attacks every now and again? Any triggers?
I get at times. There's times at night where I do abruptly get up. There I do get triggers. Like sometimes I watch movies when they have like the women with domestic violence and the husband beats some stuff. I can't watch that because I'll start bawling. I'll get back to those moments, and I have to say no. It's usually what I'll do. I'll just change the channel, or if it's a movie in that scene, I have to fast forward it. Because it will trigger back those old emotions I had with my abuser at the time, and I don't want that.
And was there a point in all of this where you like had to bring yourself together, really encourage yourself in the midst of all the homelessness, the rape, the abuse, all of that, the being in foster care? When did you discover your strength? When did you feel better, about going through all of this?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say overall, after all these things I went through, and it was many years later on, I feel like talking to you now is helping me a lot too, because sometimes how we push things back to not remember and stuff like that. And I feel like I've overcame a lot. I'm still working on myself, but I since that time on to now, um I think, like I said, a lot of writing music has helped me a lot with writing songs, doing poetry, writing stuff, just telling my head, just to off my chest. I think it has helped me so much. And just, people that have been supporting me, to just continue on what I'm doing, my mission to help other people. That's my gratification along what I'm doing. And it's whatever happened in the past is the past. It's still going to be a part of me no matter what, but it doesn't make me who I am today. I just want people to know that, whatever you're going through, if it's bad or good, just work on yourself and keep letting people, the right people in your circle, as they say, to support you and help you and uplift each other. That's what it should be,
Right, and I must say that I'm very proud of that move. You must have, mustered up a lot of strength and courage even to write about this thing. Like your whole life is out there in a book. Like people can actually purchase your life and read it. How did you feel about letting all of this out?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. I honestly would say, I read this book within 2 days. It was so much. I didn't stop. I didn't take break. I mean, I took a little break, of course, but I kept writing and writing and writing chapters and stuff. I felt after I did the whole book and it's complete and I put the process and everything, I felt like a ton of bricks were off my chest. Like everything I felt all those years of resentment and things I went through. They're all it's there, but it's not with me now, and this book, I have to bring the book again, but this book, it's worth, I'm telling you guys, I'm not saying because it's a cheap plug, but I'm telling you because it's the book itself, it's very, very detailed, it's very emotional. If I'm crying right now to you guys on here, this is something very, like you mentioned, Miss Davis, it's very personal, but I had to tell my testimony to inspire other people and let people know that you're not alone, that other people's gone through it and they're survived and they're here for a reason, and I want my testimony, my story to help somebody down the line who's watching or listening and be motivated.
Indeed, and your testimony does tell me that, Veronica, you are a barrier breaker. Like you had to have gotten over your fear of talking, suppressing all of these emotions and exfoliating from, being raped, being defiled in a way that it might be difficult for you to trust another man, it's a whole lot of barriers that you've broken. Like how did you mentioned that music was very therapeutical for you. I understand the writing part because us authors, we would know that writing does take away and soothe a lot of the pain that we feel, because writing is an emotional process, especially about trials and tribulations that are unique to you because of your experience. Do you write your own songs?
Yes. Everything's original.
Wow. Can we like get a taste of something that you have written that really brought you through the tough times?
Yes. Oh, definitely. Actually, it's funny you say that. There's one or two songs, but one of them that just came out is called "Don't You Cry," and that touches bases on me, being a victim of domestic violence. Forgive me. And actually, in that video, big shout out to Shino Gordine. She's actually a friend of mine as well. So big shout out. She was at show last week. Shout out to her. She actually was in a cameo. Hello, my love. What's up? She said, "Hey, man, what's up?" Yeah, she's actually she had an amazing role on this video, and she's also is a survivor of domestic violence. So I loved her for being in the role in the video, and it was something I've written from the heart. I'm actually written that song over 2 or 3 years ago, but I had to put it out now because with COVID, and I know a lot of people going through it right now with domestic violence, and that's a very powerful song. And you guys could check it out on my YouTube channel, Vero G Spotlight TV Network. Check it out. Subscribe. Definitely check that out. How to put a plug in?
Very interesting, Veronica. All right. One more thing for me. Tell us about the message, because the book has a mystery to it. right? I want you to just tell us about the message on the cover, what we should be seeing that we may have missed.
All right, so the cover here, guys, is the cover right here. She has a really good question. She's good. Okay, so on here, actually, big shout out to XL Motor. He's a photographer who took this picture like over 2 years ago. So, yeah, this picture actually is good. She says, this is a silhouette of me going through my thoughts and my emotions, and I felt like this was the best picture to capture that moment for the cover of the book itself. Because I feel like it's something that it's gonna gravitate to people and be like, oh, see something that's it's a serious book, and a serious matter, and I just felt something that's gonna be simple, but it will get people's eye and their attention on it.
It's a beautiful cover. And listen, guys,
Thank
all
you.
of these people that you see come on here, huh, it's when I open up that library. Woo!
Woo.
Listen, child.
Oh
Tell us
yeah.
where we can find it, because we all, a memoir is not just a story about somebody's life. It is their testament. It is their experience. A lot of knowledge is passed on, a lot of wisdom that we can all take from. And there is a popular saying, of course, that says, it's a wise man who learns from their mistakes, and an even wiser man who learns from the mistakes of others. I'm not saying that she made all mistakes, but I'm saying that this is a woman who has broken barriers that would have otherwise kept her life from being fruitful and fulfilling today. And she's here to just share with us and to inspire us, to help us to understand that nothing that you go through should be allowed to deter you. Let nothing stop you from living the life that you were born to live. Tell us about some more of the things that you've accomplished since you've broken those barriers of trials and tribulations.
Oh my God, thank you. Said it so beautifully. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, ever since like you mentioned, I've been finally finding myself and everything else. Forgive me. I opened a lot of doors for a lot of independent artists out there. I have a platform as well. I do radio every Wednesdays at DTF Radio, my radio show, Vero G Spotlight radio show for all independent artists for all genres. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. For them to have their platform, to have their music be heard, have interviews, have their moment. Because as an independent artist, I've seen it, many times where places they rip you off and you don't get the stuff, and there's always some excuse. So I said, you know what? And I did this actually, knock on wood, 2 years. It made 2 years this month. Not the radio, but the TV show. 2 years, and then following in January will make a year on the radio show. But overall, it's just sees how much determination I put into, and I just want to help people. And that's what you mentioned before. Same thing as well. It's about sometimes it's good to have a little something on the side, money if they help people find. But down the line is about just giving back and helping people, and show them the right essentials and the tools that they need to be a better person in their own successful life and their own careers and so forth, and that matter. But like I said, I have TV now. I have my own company, Vero G Productions. We do it all. We radio, TV, magazine, the Vero G Spotlight magazine as well. Actually, we'll be making a year next month in October. Knock on wood again. Wow. I don't have no days off. I tell you, I'm here, and my spouse is sleeping on the other end. I know hear him snoring. Forgive him, he's tired. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Also working on a couple of docu-film series, actually, well, series, but docu-film. One of them is called Through Their Eyes: The Mask Behind the Mask, should be out by next month, and it tells about survivors who overcame domestic violence. And Sheena Gurney is also the producer or co-producer, I would say, for that amazing film we're working on right now. And also, oh, thank you. Sheena, stop it. You're making me cry, laugh. Which one is it? Thank you. I appreciate the love, girl. Thank you. Oh yeah, thank you, Candy. Yes, like I say, also I'm working on my own documentaries over 2 years now. I've been working, but I'm trying to get that out by hopefully next month or by this year. And working on new music. My third album called Victory, so it should be coming out by maybe next month. We'll see. I don't know. So I'm constantly working. I'm constantly trying to get my mind off of things and stay focused and help other people along the line. So everybody's happy. Definitely.
Interesting. I don't think I heard you mention the magazine. Did you?
No, I haven't mentioned it because I just so many things are happening. But yes, the magazine, it's you guys could either get it on print or digital, and you guys could get your copy at www.macloud.com. Just type up Vero G Spotlight Magazine, and you'll see all the issues. Different stuff. Actually, I'm on September's issue. Why not? It's my birthday month, right? I'm like, I gotta celebrate myself. Yes.
Girls, the best people are born in September. Let them know. Let them
Yes.
know.
Yes. Virgos, I'm sorry. Libra season. I had to mention that. That's a must. Yes. I'm sorry. Anybody else has different signs, but definitely, definitely. No, I just feel like, the magazine is another platform for anybody. It don't have to be just artists. Everybody in business, doesn't matter what you're doing, it's just support one another and put your stuff out there, just supporting, Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. All right. So
Yeah.
that was a lot. I can say it was a lot to take in. Guys, if you missed it, maybe she was going a teensy bit too fast. Her information is running on the screen. You can contact Veronica Gonzalez on Facebook. She's on Twitter. She's on Instagram. She is on YouTube. Remember, she mentioned that she has a website. All of that information is in the description. It couldn't hold here. The space was too small, but it's all in the description. Hold on. Somebody is saying, Shanique going to come in your magazine.
Okay, well,
Listen.
let me know.
Go home.
Let me know. Yeah, hit me up or whatever. That's fine.
Thank you.
She's like,
I'm gonna let you know. Listen, everyone who comes on here, I really do a search. Like I look for you everywhere. I think you would be. I've seen your magazine. I see that you are passionate, especially about music, because I see a lot of music stuff, and I'm going to check out your music video when I'm finished. Candy say yes. All right. All right,
awesome.
guys, we are winding down, and of course, we have been having an amazing time here. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty of the show, of course. So for those who have been so faithful, silent viewers, you have a chance tonight. Anybody who's here who is willing to participate. So I'm gonna give Veronica a chance to ask a question based on tonight's conversation, and then somebody, I don't know who it is, will get that beautiful copy of her book. It's only one, so y'all don't tell her about no bonus, nothing. It's just one. The rest of y'all just have to go and buy it. I'm not even going to say buy, invest. Right? Invest. It's a small price to pay. Y'all ain't even gonna notice when that money jumps out of your account. It's not even money. Listen, it's a gift. Give it to your sister, right? Build her up and build up yourself by learning from her. And that's very important. So I'm gonna ask her to just ask us the question, not me, but you all, and somebody is going to answer, and then we'll announce who gets the prize. Ready?
Yeah. Hello. Okay, you guys hear? Okay. Okay, so I guess the question I'm gonna ask everyone. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just like, I'm not usually okay. So I guess if you guys, anybody who will answer it correctly, I guess you can mention. I'll lovely will mail it to you guys. This is Figure My Magazine book. I would say, all right, thank you. Oh wow, question. I don't really know. I mean, anything else? I don't know. You see, you got me in the moment. I'm just trying to figure out what to ask. Like, I guess okay. Question. All right. Maybe I'll pick your brains. What color do I like? There we go.
Guys, get the guessing going. I'm checking out your music.
Okay.
So I want to give us like 30 seconds, and the rest of y'all, I'm just giving you a teaser. So yeah, just a teaser. Y'all can go over and subscribe to her channel, check her music out. I'm just gonna give you a taste. So in the meantime, just repeat the question and then I'll play like 30 seconds of your song and the rest of them can go and listen to it. I'm not giving you any more.
No problem, no problem. So anybody who's watching now or later, just try to see what color I like, and if you get the right answer, you'll be the winner to get a copy of Trials and Tribulations, an autobiography of Vero G. Hey now. Oh gosh. Awesome, awesome.
I'm looking for the song, so keep thinking, guys. Get the fingers running. First person to tell us what's Vero G's favorite color wins the book. I'm gonna play the song.
Awesome, awesome.
Ooh, Sheena.
Girl, don't you cry. He's not worth your time. Playing those games, it's time to stay goodbye. He made a fool of you. Took your innocence, took your common sense.
Guys, come on now, come on. I see one answer. So Adrian Brown says black. Next. Come on, people. The color, you all were here from the start. She's just asking for a color. Not a nerve cell, a color. Come on, people. Don't make it look so bad. Not a nerve cell. A color. Come on, guys. Come on, people.
Aww.
All right. Elistan says blue.
That's a tricky one. Oh, okay. I could go half on that because I do like blue.
Adrian says white.
Oh no. Yes.
Pink. Listen, I'm about to come up.
They know me. Yep.
So Candy got it. Ooh.
Candy got.
Listen, where my
Yes.
over them there? Candy, look at you. Look at you. What? Listen, hold on, let me put my banner up, guys. Hold on there. Give me a quick second. Congratulations on winning, Candy. We are proud of you. I want to tell you that it's the first time me see Candy over here at talk. And Candy just come and get book. Y'all are wasting time. Candy, thank you for participating. Please send us your winner's speech. It's tradition. Fire. Hoot, hoot. Candy, send us your winner's speech, please. Thank you. Let me see if I can get some more of this. Where did I stop?
Awesome. Oh.
A second.
No problem.
Games, it's time to say goodbye. He made a fool of you to get innocence.
Girl, send your winner's speech. She's shy. Listen. Let's say thank you and let's get the show going. Strong. Listen, guys, when I just have to go over here and check out our channel, like I'm not gonna give you guys anything more. I'm done. Done
Oh
for
man,
the
is
my darling, get nothing more, okay? Yeah, go over and listen to her song because YouTube is not going to shut me down. Okay? All right. But thank you. Candy says thank you. Thank you, Candy. All right. So, since you're a first timer, I'm going to state the rules again. Please send me an email to talktruthseries@gmail.com and I'll tell you how to redeem that beautifully written book by author Vero G. Can I tell you that Candy is also an author? Look here now.
Oh yes. Okay, let's work.
Look at authors connecting over here. Come on, man. Look at God. True.
Awesome.
This has been a fortnight. You have any last words of encouragement for us, Veronica?
No, I'm loving it.
Loud. Boy. All right. Thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of the Talk Truth series family, everyone who has been here from the start, the silent people that don't talk. I know that you're still here. The people participating, big up on yourself. We want to say thank you, Veronica, for coming on tonight and to just being that beacon of strength that we can know that people are in the world going through stuff, but they are not deterred. Listen. You have just proven to me a quote that I love to share. Be not deterred, be determined, and you have done that effortlessly. You don't look like someone who has been through any trials and tribulation. And even Sheena is here cheering you on, and Sheena knows what this is. Listen. This is some powerful stuff. And for those who missed it, I would implore you to go back and catch the replay and just hashtag replay so we can know that you watched it. Tell us what your favorite part of tonight's show was. Give Veronica some feedback, encourage her to continue to do that wonderful work she's doing over there on her Facebook page. Listen up, people. And if it is that you were blessed by what we did tonight and every other night, whether it be Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, you are free to sponsor us so we can keep the platform going. As you can see, I do need a better camera. I do need more lights. And we have been doing that with the sales from my book so far. And I am grateful to everyone who has purchased their copy. We are growing this thing and we will have exceptional speakers here, just like Veronica, and more people to come on as I give them a platform to speak. Would you just give Veronica a round of applause, people? She has been a girl. Bow. Bow us out. Do you have like a speaker's final words for us? Any shout outs you want to give to somebody who will catch the replay?
Oh God, yes. Before first and foremost, big shout out to Sheena Gordian. I love you too, girl. Jess, everybody, Empire Media, Will, DJ Chase, the list goes on. Everybody, all my supporters, Gary. Oh God, there's too many people, but just everyone who's been supporting me and what our mission is about. I just want to thank you guys. I just want to thank you as well, Ms. Davis. Thank you for the opportunity and just brightening my night. Thank you everybody who's just been supporting what we're doing, and I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for letting me open myself to you guys, and I just want to say thank you. And my motto, usually I always have two of them. Generally, I just say always believe in yourself, and the other one for our show is it's your time to shine. So just inspirational stuff to help everyone going through the tough times, and just remember, stay positive, man.
All right, so we close with these words, guys. Stay positive, inspire someone, be an inspiration. No matter what experience you have been through, it should not stop you from being what you want to be. Be a role model to someone so they can be inspired. And we will close with the peace of God that passes all understanding. I pray that it will keep all our hearts and minds in tune through the love of Christ Jesus. Thank you, Veronica, for being here with us. Thank you, everyone who shared in this wonderful night. You guys are beautiful. Thanks for coming out each time. Thank you guys for sharing with us tonight. Peace out. Thank you. This has been Talk Truth Series, Real Talk, Real People Live. See you again on Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Good night.
Bye. Bye.